Greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical here. By now, I'm sure you have heard about the mass shooting in New Zealand. If you haven't, a gunman went into a mosque and shot a bunch of people. There's a lot of deaths, I guess, and injuries, but we don't have the exact numbers as of this moment. What I was able to ascertain through the limited details is that basically a guy went into the mosque. He was live streaming this on Facebook, and though they haven't released the numbers, I guess they're estimating there were about 50 to 60 people in the mosque, and the guy was in there for 20 minutes, which is a really long time to be involved in that kind of carnage. So, the reason I'm making the video is, we all need to basically stand by for what we know is going to happen. Aside from, I have no information about this dude, but I'm going to assume this is, probably a white guy, non Muslim, who was targeting Muslims. That's what it sounds like. And of course, New Zealand, like most of Europe, is just completely, and this doesn't justify the shooting. These are dynamics that one has to consider if they want to operate in the world of reality. There's an awful lot of immigrants, a lot of socialism, a lot of free shit, a lot of people flocking into Europe and overloading the system. Europeans, I don't know who she was, but when I turned on the news, I don't know much about New Zealand, but I don't know if it was their prime minister, but somebody was saying, hey, a lot of these people are immigrants and they left their homes and this is their home now. We are them, they are us. Look, man, while nothing is going to justify the murder of any innocent person anywhere at any time, I am not going to pretend to be shocked that people have really had it up to their fucking eyebrows with this failed multiculturalism bullshit. And, all of the liberals out there and the social justice warriors are going to call me a racist. The fact of the matter is, it's just not working. It doesn't work. When you have countless people coming from one place, they're fleeing it because it's all fucked up, and they get to a place that's not fucked up, and they fuck it up, that's going to piss people off. And if somebody's got one wire in the fucking Bell housing group just slightly loose, and, they're going to take their anger, where you and I might get frustrated and pissed off, we're not the type that are going to go out and hurt somebody. But, we're talking about a lot of people, a lot of personalities, a lot of other factors involved, mental illness, drug use, whatever the case may be. And, you're going to see more of this. This is not something new. You're going to see more of this in Europe. And of course now, some Muslim groups probably going to strike back, and that's going to piss people off, and, there'll be no end to it. So I don't have the answers. If I had the answers, I wouldn't be making YouTube videos. I'd be sitting in a Lamborghini somewhere. So yeah, it's a bad thing. It's also an opportunity for us meaning whoever's watching this video, to once again give a lot of thought to what you would do if you were in a situation like that. If you were, so I'm not a church goer, but we've had attacks on churches too, on Christian churches. I mean, there are places in the world where Christians are being just wiped out, man. I mean, completely wiped out. And if I was a church goer, I wouldn't go to any church without packing, my 40 caliber. And that's just me. There is no way that I'm going to be sitting in a crowd of people and allow some dude to come in and just start mowing people down without at least a few chunks of lead coming back in his direction. That's just me. That doesn't mean you got to be like that. But if you do carry a weapon, and you do go to places like churches or, wherever, maybe you need to, synagogues too. I mean, we've had synagogues hit in this country, in America. So, I'd be getting with whoever's in charge of the synagogue or the church and saying, look, Jim, do you mind if I bring my weapon? And if he says no, I'd be like, okay, I'm glad I asked. And I'd still bring my fucking weapon, because I'm not going down like a dog. It ain't going to happen. And you shouldn't either. And if you're not somebody that carries a weapon, you don't have access to it, you don't like them, you're afraid of them, whatever, you need to have your shit together in terms of what you would do. Have your plans in your head now. If you're going to a church or you're going to a crowded place, you damn well better know how to get out of there, and you better know what's going to drive you to get out of that situation too. So you don't want to formulate a plan when that kind of thing's happening. That's called panic, and everyone else will be panicking. You need to have your shit together. So now I guess we'll wait for some more information to come out on this shooting, and then we'll wait for all of the liberals to start blaming guns and blaming white heterosexual Christian males. They'll blame Donald Trump. I'm sure Donald Trump had something to do with this. Somehow Trump colluded with the freaking Russians, and then they hired some dude in New Zealand to do. I mean, there's going to be no end to it. I mean, if I really feel like having a good giggle tomorrow, maybe I'll switch on MSNBC or CNN for a while just to watch those assholes spin this into, it's our fault. You know, I didn't see the outcome, but I heard as I was walking by the TV that there's I don't know, class action lawsuit against the Sandy Hook victims, survivors or whatever are suing Remington because they manufactured the weapon that was used in the Sandy Hook shooting. I don't know how that came out or if it's been adjudicated or what, but come on, man. So does that mean that when a car is used to run down a bunch of innocent people, they're going to sue the car manufacturer? I mean, there's no responsibility anymore. Self-responsibility. The responsibility of the dude that went and did the crime. Why do I got to pay for his actions? So just brace yourself. If you happen to be pink or white or look like me and you happen to be a Trump supporter, stand by, because somehow it's our fault that this shit went down in New Zealand. Yep. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys are doing good. And it's like midnight, man, so I think I'm going to go to bed. LMS Tactical. Stay safe. I'm out.